Hey everyone, welcome back to Fractalverse. I'm Himanshu, your fractal creator. Have you seen this video? If not, the link is in the description. Make sure to watch it first because today I'll be explaining this project in detail. I know this follow-up has been a bit delayed, so apologies for that. So now, without further ado, let's get started. Starting by answering the first question, what is this? A year ago, when I was working with 2D computer graphics, I made this project, which was a tree fractal. And now this current project is the 3D extension of that same project. Now I know that most of the people would scream at me and say that no, it does not look like a tree anymore. It looks more like a cave or some kind of tunnels. So now I'm going to prove that this is actually a tree. So to clear the clutter in the scene, I would shut down this repetition option. What this does is it actually clears off all the other trees and shows only one tree so that you are able to see single tree. So now as you can see that there's one tree and yeah, it looks like a tree. So in order to make this tree look like its 2D counterpart, I would change some of the parameters. So please bear with me for a second.
2,000 years later.
Yeah, we have finally made a tree which looks natural and also similar to its 2D counterpart. So now let's have a look at the features of the project. The first thing is, this is an infinite expanse of trees. So you can move freely in all the directions. Now the question arises, how to move? In order to move the camera direction or in order to look around, you can simply click on the scene and simply move the mouse, and you can see that I am able to see in the directions. Now if you want to move forward or backward, you can use the up and down arrow keys respectively, and you will move in the direction you are looking in. So yeah, you can see that I am able to navigate through the forest. And here you can see that the forest is also infinite, and this is an infinite forest of trees. Now let's have a look at the settings feature and how can you alter the parameters of the trees and what those parameters mean. Let's go to the settings option, and here I'll shut down this repetition option and let's find the single tree where it is.
2,000 years later.
So after searching for a long time, I finally found this single tree. And now let's have a look at the settings and the parameters that we can tweak in order to change the shape and size of the tree. The first thing is angle X and the next thing is angle Z. Using these two parameters, you can change the branch angles at which they are aligned to their previous branches. As you can see, I'm able to change the shape of the tree using these two things. So this is angle X and this is angle Z. Now let's have a look at the next parameter, which is root radius. Quite obvious. You can change the radius of the root using this. Then we have root height. This is also obvious. You can change the height of the root using this. Then we have branching levels. That is the number of recursions or a kind of number of levels you want in the tree. So we can get a better feel of this by reducing the smoothing factor and increasing the branching levels. So now you can see that the tree has become so much dense that my laptop is not able to comprehend this and it's lagging. Now let's reduce the branching levels to 9 again. And now let's have a look at the next parameter, which is the smoothing factor. This is smoothing factor smoothens the branches and joints. As you can see that it has smoothened and made the tree look more aesthetic. The next is dampening factor. Dampening factor is the ratio of the last branch height and radius to the next branch height and radius. So it's kind of a factor with which the next branches decrease, the levels decrease. The next parameter is cell dimension X and cell dimension Z, which would be obvious with the repetition. And let's have a look at this. So this is your forest. Now let's decrease the cell dimension X, that would close down, and if we increase the cell dimension X, they would move farther away. Using the cell dimension X, you can do the same thing. The next thing is max ray march. This is the maximum field of view you want. After that, everything goes in a kind of liquid thing. So this sometimes gives you a kind of ghostly appearance in the forest if you want that. Let's go into this because it reveals like a silk cloth. You can see that this gives a ghostly appearance to the forest. The next one is autopilot speed. That would be more obvious once I introduce you with the autopilot mode. And you can also change the root color. If you change the root color, it would interpolate with the branches as well, so the branches also change. Let's go to the floor of the forest. Where's the floor? You can see you can change the root color. You can also change the branch color. I have changed the branch color to white. Let's change it to something better, greenish, and this to brownish. As you can see that this looks more natural. The next feature that I want to introduce is the autopilot mode. This mode helps you to navigate into the forest without using the arrow keys. So you can activate this mode by clicking on this car option, and once you click on it, you will see that you are automatically moving. You just need to steer using your mouse, and now this becomes very easy to navigate. The next thing is this lungs option, which is kind of funny, but I could not find any better icon for representing this. If you look at the trees closely, you will see that these trees are kind of breathing. That means they are expanding, then they are contracting. This feature is represented using the lungs option. Now you can toggle this using this lungs option. If you click on this, you will see that the trees stop breathing and they become stable. The next option is the download option. If you find the creation pretty enough that you could place it on your phones or a laptop's wallpaper, you can download the snapshot of the canvas, and once you do this, you will be able to see that this has been downloaded. Now let's say that after so much experimentation with the parameters, you finally make a very good fractal like this and you do not want to lose it. So you can save it to our servers using this upload option, and once you click on it, you'll see that you need to give a name to your creation. And once you are done with the name and the description, you can click on save. That would save the creation to our servers. Once you save it, you can also view what other people have created, and there is your creation which you created just now, and you can click on it and use it. You can also check other people's creations by clicking on the use option. Let's say I use this Crimson Havoc fractal, and yeah, this is very beautiful. So let's end the video here, and thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. I know it was a long one, and I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch. Creating these videos and projects takes a lot of effort and programming. So if you enjoyed it, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and will gladly respond to all of them. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.